Hey there, welcome back to another review. This time, a rant on the 2015 film The Sand, which, if you ask me, should be titled The Bland, because it's a bland, boring, shitty movie. The Sand is a film that was released direct to video in 2015, and it's directed by Isaac Gabaeff, and it's written by Alex Greenfield and Ben Powell. And it stars Brooke Butler as Kaylee, Cleo Berry as Gilbert, Cynthia Murell as Ronnie, Dean Geyer as Jonah. Yes, his name is Gayer. Maybe I said it wrong. It's Geyer, but it's Geyer. Might as well be Gayer. Meagan Holder as Chanda. Mitchel Musso as Mitch. Yes, you might be familiar with Mitchel Musso. He was in Hannah Montana. Um, he was Oliver Oaken in Hannah Montana. He was also the voice of Jeremy Johnson and Phineas and Ferb. You also have Hector David Jr. as Vance. You have Nikki Leigh as Marsha. Marsha. And Atlavia Cashin as Heather. Jamie Kennedy as Beach Patrol Alex. Yes, Jamie Kennedy is in this. And Michael Huntsman is just a guy. You don't even know what his name is. He's just a guy. Just Jag. Might as well be Jag, aka just another guy. Anyway, the only reason why I saw this film is because I remember hearing that it's technically a remake of Blood Beach. But that's all I heard from Wikipedia. And after watching this, Wikipedia stuff can be edited. So I really don't know for sure whether or not this really is a remake of Blood Beach or not. Regardless, if it is, it's a shitty remake. If it isn't, it's just a shitty movie. Um, Anyway, so what happens is the film opens up from the beginning, and from the very beginning, of course, because everything opens up from the beginning. I'm sorry, I'm just discombobulated after watching this fucking movie. That it was so boring and so tedious that I swear to God, I had to like play with my Nerf football to keep my attention. I'd rather fucking do my taxes. I'd rather do my dishes. I'd rather do some laundry. I'd rather vacuum the fucking house and watch The Sand. Anyway, I was cleaning my room. Basically, I put this on while I'm cleaning my room because otherwise I'd probably fall the fuck asleep. Just right then and there, just fall asleep while I'm standing up. It's that boring of a movie. Um, but anyway, the film opens up with found footage. Well, not really. I guess it kind of is what it is. It's just basically point of view shots from some cameraman shooting this party that's going on at the beach with these obnoxious college kids who are fucking party bros and party girls. You got Mitchel Musso. He's holding this party. It is a brilliant idea where he's all like, "Hey, break all your phones, put them in this bag," and we were like, "Why?" So stuff doesn't end up on the internet. So our stupid drunken exploits don't end up on the internet. Okay, alright. Okay, I guess. But then there's this one girl who's like, "No, I don't want to give you my phone. I want my phone." And then Mitchell Musso says this line. I'm not making this shit up. He's all like, "No, give me your phone. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Take naked selfies of your vagina?" I'm like, the fuck? It's like, who wrote that line? Okay, what the fuck, screenwriters? You take naked selfies of your vagina? Like, how is it even a selfie? Does the selfie take a pic? Does the vagina take a picture of itself? What the fuck? That's not what a selfie is. And why the fuck would you post that shit on the internet? Here's my beaver. I don't. Oh God, I don't get it. You post naked selfies of your vagina? What the fuck? And he's like, "No, let's party." I'm like, ugh, let's get drunk. And so they get drunk. And every now and then, for some reason, while this footage is showing, it cuts back to the fucking beach. Like the next day or some shit. And you're like, what the fuck? And then it cuts back to the footage of the party. And I'm like, great, I already hate everybody. Wonderful. I already want everybody to die on this blood beach or the sand. And so Then there's this random shit where this fucking guy comes in with this like gross looking egg that he found in the ocean. This character, Gilbert, played by Cleo Berry, he's like, hey guys, look what I found! And everybody reacts normally to this fucking thing that looks like something like from the Deadly Spawn or some shit. And here he's got this fucking giant slimy looking egg. It's what it looks like. And Mitchel Musso says, no man, we need firewood for the fire. That shit isn't gonna work. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? It's fucking randomly, hey, here's this fucking egg. I'm gonna take it out of the ocean and I'm gonna put it, I'm just gonna set it down. For some fucking reason, I took this disgusting looking egg out of the ocean. Just really what it is, plot convenience. I was just fucking drunk, so I'm just gonna take this fucking egg out of the ocean for some reason. I don't fucking know. I don't fucking get it. I don't understand. It's a shitty plot point and a shitty way to get the beach or the sand to become deadly. So then after the party happens, you flash forward to the next day, to the morning after the party. Everyone's all hungover and shit. And there's this the girl, Marcia, who is laying, she's there topless. And of course, earlier before, I think it was her, showed like a nipple. And like one of the guys at the party speaking to the cameraman, he's like, "Did you get that? Woo! Titties!" I'm just like, it's not even that big of a deal, just one little boob. I don't understand. I don't get why. Oh my god, did you get that, bro? She just showed a titty. I'm just like, I don't want. What's there to celebrate? I don't. Titties are nice, but I just didn't even show both of them. I have no idea. And so then you cut to the next day. Marcia, the girl who showed her whatever tits earlier, well now she's got them both out because she's topless for some reason now, and she fell asleep topless, I guess, on a bench. And she wakes up and she's sick. We see her puke. It's an image I wanted to see. And then she gets on the sand, and I guess she ends up, the sand basically eats her. But you don't see it eat her. It just looks like quicksand. And she's like, ow, ow. Like, what's going on? Oh, the sand. Ah. And then we never see her die. We just see her stuck in the sand for a bit. And then this guy named Vance tries to go after her, and he gets eaten. And what happens is he falls in the sand, he trips and falls, face first, and you see this shitty effect where there's like these CGI little tentacles that show up and like melt his face off, and his eye pops out. And these CGI gore effects in this are awful. I mean, they look like something straight out of a PlayStation game. It's that bad. And so the guy dies due to a shitty CGI effect. And then, oh, okay, wow, great. That's our first bit of gore. I'll give the film this. It doesn't take its sweet ass time to get going with the kills. But that doesn't mean much because I know nothing about these characters. They don't even have interesting personalities either. I don't need a lot of character development in these type of movies. Just fun personalities and characters that are likable. I don't really have that. Mitchel Musso's a drunk party bro in the beginning, and when he's sober, he's kind of tolerable at the same time, not really. So there's nobody for me to root for in this. The characters that I do like end up having some crazy ass character traits randomly, and just what the fuck, and then I don't like them because of that, and I'll get to that soon enough. But there's no one to root for. There's no one you give a shit about. So in a film that spends a lot of time on the beach in one location with trying to build suspense, and it doesn't work because I don't care about these characters. I don't give a shit whether they live or die. So yeah, Marcia gets eaten, Vance gets eaten, Gilbert is stuck in a fucking can, and he's this big black guy. It's for some reason, I guess he's shoved in a can. Why? Who the fuck knows? Some drunken shit happens. He's stuck in a can, and his friends, they drew a dick on his face. So here he is with a dick on his face, stuck in a can. Great. And you see the dick on his face like a lot in this movie. And I'm like, I just what I wanted to see. I wanted to see a dick on a guy's face. So, and the girl who got Marsha, who got eaten, her only character trait is that, wow, she had weird looking feet. And they called her duck feet. So after she gets eaten, Vance and her get eaten, you have these hilarious lines from the film's token dumb blonde bimbo chick, played by Cynthia Murell, plays a character named Ronnie. And so she's flipping out, and she's like, "It's like oil. It's like oil. It like melted him. It was like chemicals." And then this is the one that slayed me, because she's like, "It was the government." It was the government. That was like the most enjoyment I had from this film is stupid shit like that. It was the government. But then after that, that was pretty much it in terms of enjoyment because it just fucking went downhill from there. Uh, the main girl, who's technically our lead, Kaylee, played by Brooke Butler, she's all throwing hot dogs in the sand, to try to see what the radius is of this creature. And you have, of course, then you have Ronnie, who's bitching about it, and I'm just like, shut up. She's saying stuff like, oh, and then realize all the other party guests are gone, and they're like, it ate everyone. And she's like, it ate everyone? Everyone? Yeah. Yeah, no shit. Miss Sherlock? Captain Obvious? You dumb bitch? Yeah, everyone. As in everyone. That's... It's just so stupid. Do we ever repeat? Do you have to repeat that? You didn't get it the first time when they said it ate everybody? No, because she's like, duh! But shit. So there's nothing that happens until they decide, okay, what are we gonna do? Beach is eating people. So the douche bro jock guy, pretty much, who's the boyfriend of our lead, who was macking on Chanda earlier. So it's like, so you have Brooke Butler with Mitchel Musso, who's there up on top, and we're basically like the lifeguard tower, and you have this douchebag bro basically cheated on his girlfriend. Great, I like that guy. The girl who snogged on him, I like her too. No, I don't. I don't like anybody. Marsha, didn't know anything about her except she had weird feet, but they didn't look too weird to me. And she got eaten. I got to see your titties a couple times. Woohoo, whatever. Doesn't make the movie good or worth watching. It's because I saw a couple tits. I can see that in the porn if I want some titties. And so then you just had the fucking Vance, don't even know who the fuck he is. He fucking died. And then we get douchebag bro, Jonah, who then goes in, he decides to take the surfboards and he puts them down on the ground. He decides to basically hop from surfboard to surfboard. Well, in the middle of trying to do this, he automatically, randomly just stops and starts bitching at Mitchel Musso's character. Like, you're a bitch. My girlfriend, fuck my girlfriend, fuck you. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? Mitchel Musso in this scene had said nothing to this guy. Nothing at all. And here he is standing in a pretty precarious situation, bitching at Mitchel Musso. I'm like, great, this guy's an asshole. He cheated on his girlfriend, and now he's like getting in Mitchel Musso's face just because I guess he can. Because he's a big fucking ripped jock bro. So he manages to get to the bench, but then the fucking tentacles, might as well be hentai tentacles, fucking ready to rape your ass, show up, CGI little tendrils, move the surfboard away, and so he's stuck in a precarious position where his hands are up like this and his legs are down like this, and his midsection is exposed. Where these tentacle things grab him in the stomach, but it doesn't kill him. So I gotta deal with his ass, who's basically laying there like a dead fish on the fucking bench for a majority of the film's running time with gashes in his stomach, and then later he does fucking die. Wow. Just delayed death. And I didn't give a shit about whether he lived or died in the first place. So, of course, before he lays down like a dead fish, he does give them some of the stuff that was in this pack. So he gives them some water and, some drinks. And he says it's like, we got some mixers, like it's like stuff for, alcohol. And he throws the girl Mountain Dew. And I'm like, where's the alcohol? You're talking about we got some mixers. That's a can of Mountain Dew. It's not a can of alcohol. And of course, he's got a can of Pepsi, which I'm like, wonderful Pepsi. Evil Pepsi. I knew it. I knew it as soon as I saw the Pepsi. Okay, yeah, this is a shitty movie because it's fucking evil Pepsi. God damn it. Um, so he throws the Pepsi, but he can't get it to throw it far enough to get to his girlfriend up on the lifeguard tower because his stomach hurts. And so he lays down, and this scene lasts forever. Way too long. Way too fucking long. And then it's until like an hour and 7 minutes in until you see another kill and you see Jamie Kennedy show up. And I like the scenes with Jamie Kennedy. He's just doing his job, shows the beach patrol. I guess for some reason because he has shoes, rubber shoes on, the tendrils aren't getting at him. And so everyone's acting like, the sand is going to eat you. What are you doing? No! And then it doesn't do anything. And then he's like, what are you guys on? And I didn't, I liked his performance. Of course, he's a dumbass. What happens is he drops his keys and he puts his hand in the sand and it bites his arm off in a really shitty effect. And then he pretty much gets eaten in another really shitty effect. And then the next kill we get is Mitchel Musso, who decides, I'm going to get us out of here. I'm going to like spray some pepper spray on my feet. And I'm gonna wrap some towels around. I'm gonna run across. I'm gonna go to get to the van, where with the beach patrol van that Jamie Kennedy drove up in. And so he gets ready to go, but then part of the balcony falls off, and he falls into the sand and gets killed by another shitty CGI effect. His tendrils show up. They rip through his clothes and rip him into pieces. It just looks like shit. It looks terrible. This one was technically gorier than Blood Beach, but it's not saying much because it's CGI blood and it's CGI effects everywhere. CGI blood, CGI gore. It's fucking shitty. It looks fake as fuck. And it's just really cheap looking too. Like definitely Sci-Fi Channel original movie shit. And so Mitchel Musso's dead. And then the girl decides, I'm going to go out and I'm going to help. And she leaps off the top of the lifeguard tower onto the other car where Shonda is in and punches her in the face. It's like, that's for fucking my boyfriend, bitch. And then they decide to work with each other later. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, why the fuck would this chick just punch me in the face? Yeah, I'm gonna be like, yeah, it's my fault. You had like the perfect life. You're gonna have perfect babies with Jonah. I want a little bit of that. And this is the one time where Ronnie said anything that actually I thought was actually profound, where she's all like, nobody wants to hear this. Why do we have to hear this right now? And I'm like, finally, Ronnie, you said something that was smart. And of course, earlier, and this is a very exciting scene. This is so exciting. This movie. The suspense is so I can't take it. The suspense is so thrilling and tense. Fucking douchebag bro jumping from skateboard. Might as well be a skateboard. Jumping from surfboard to surfboard. Playing tic-tac-toe with a fucking surfboard, or not really tic-tac-toe, but hopscotch. He's playing hopscotch with a fucking surfboard. And then we got, this girl Ronnie. We need to get the phones are in the trunk. Oh, yeah, okay. Let's use the keys. The fucking scene takes forever, and she basically gets the trunk slammed on her fingers. That's all that happens. They don't get the phones. Fucking useless scene. And then, yeah, Jamie Kennedy gets eaten. Mitchel Musso gets eaten. Or Kaylee comes to the rescue. Shonda works together with Kaylee. They use pieces of the the lifeguard tower to put it on the ground, and there's some balance on it to get to the other van. And Shonda does. She gets there, and then there's a fucking tendril that's gotten 2 times as large as the other ones, of course. But and then it ate Gilbert, who gets basically eaten by this bigger tendril. It looks like shit. These fucking tendrils reminded me of Harbinger Down, and I'm like, great, remind me of another movie that sucked ass. And so the tendrils come and grab his ass, suck him through the bucket that he's stuck in, and it's even complete with the pop sound effect, which sounds fucking silly. He's like, switch, clunk. And then Shonda's there. She runs across the sand, gets to the truck, gets to the van. She's on top of the van. The bigger tentacle moves the truck. She falls and hits her head. She's knocked out. Then it's nightfall. They're all passed out. I guess they're not passed out, but I mean, it's the night now. And then the tendrils are popping out, and they're like glow in the dark now, and they're bigger. And I'm like, this is okay, whatever. The lead girl, she manages to get to the van. It gets Jonah there, but Jonah dies of his wounds. Who whooped you fucking do? They cry over it. They cry a river over him and their other friends. And then later, because of course I'm getting confused because that happens after our lead girl does a terrible line delivery where she basically uses some gasoline, puts it around this creature. She ends up lighting a match, and she's all like, die, you motherfucker. It was just a really shitty line delivery. Burn in hell, you motherfucker. Burn. And then doesn't do much, doesn't really kill it. And I guess they did some shit with a raft. I don't fucking remember because the movie, I've already forgotten about this movie. That's how fucking wonderful. That's how scintillating and entertaining and how great the sand was. And I don't remember what the fuck happened, and I just got done watching it. So the movie ends where they're asleep in the van, and I guess the creature gave up, I guess, because it got lit on fire. I don't know what the fuck happened. They're crying over their dead friends. You flash to the next day where it's morning. Some random guy shows up on the beach. I guess everything's fine. Knocks on the window, says, "Do you need help?" They get out. Everything's fine. I guess creature is no longer there. And the movie ends pretty much with a shitty Linkin Park rip-off song. And then the creature has moved. It's migrated to the ocean. It's a great fucking sequel bait ending. Wonderful. And that's the sand. There wants to say about it. It's shit. It's It's a bland, boring, dull, shitty movie. The performances by the cast aren't much. Shonda, the actress who plays Shonda, is okay. Meagan Holder. Jamie Kennedy was the best actor out of the entire movie. I mean, when you say that, that's pretty shocking. Jamie Kennedy was the best actor out of the entire film. He outacted everybody, and he was basically some beach patrol guy who was telling it like it is, and I liked it because it did. If you came in and the sand wasn't eating you, and everyone's talking about the sand's gonna eat you, and da 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 da, and you see a fat guy in a can with a dick on his face. You're gonna be like, what the fuck? He's like, I know about 20 years of beach patrol. I've never seen something like this. Like this, you got Fat Albert in a can over here, and this is worse than the one time when I saw this old lady. She had a horseshoe crab up her ass. So I mean, I had fun with his lines of dialogue, and the girl's talking about, it's true, the sand is eating people. And it's like, yeah, and I rode in on a fucking unicorn. So that was some of the most fun I had with the film was when Jamie Kennedy was there, but he fucking dies. Stuck with these two chicks, these two beach chicks, these bikini broads who I don't give a fuck about. And Jonah's dead fit, what fucking flopping on the fucking dead fish over here on the fucking beach bench. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about the sand. I probably said more than anyone's ever said about this movie. All I gotta say is skip it. Don't skip to my Lou. Avoid this. Go watch Prom Night 2 Mary Lou instead of this. Watch Hello Mary Lou Prom Night 2 and skip this movie. I know they don't have anything in common, but trust me, that's a good movie. The Stand is a piece of shit. It makes Blood Beach look like a fucking masterpiece. It really does. Blood Beach had its fair share of issues, but John Saxon is better than anybody in this movie, including Jamie Kennedy. And there were a lot of things that were handled a lot better in that film that are handled here. We get the fucking plot convenience shit with the egg that hatches because some dumbass took it out of the ocean and left it on the sand in the first place. And you have the stupid shit with the characters where Jonah is an asshole who fucking in the middle of nowhere just starts cussing out Mitchel Musso. You got the Shonda. I don't really care. It's a decent performance. I don't care about her character because she's fucking basically snogging this other girl's boyfriend. And then the guy Jonah, and then later the girl who was cheated on by this fucking asshole of a boyfriend. She's like, I love him. I love you, Jonah. And I'm like, what the hell? He cheated on you with this other chick. You punched the girl in the face, and now you're like, I love you, Jonah. What the fuck? What the hell? He's a cheater. He cheated on you. He's an asshole. And you're like, oh, I love you. So I didn't care about that character either. That was the one character I was talking about that was somewhat likable. But then she's like, I love you, Jonah, even though you cheated on me with that whore that I punched in the face. I love you. I was like, fuck me. So you have this stupid high school fucking college drama with fucking soap opera shit I don't fucking care about. I don't want to see. I don't want to hear. And then stupid fucking sand monster, which is a shitty. It's managed to be even lamer than the, like what my friend Matt said, the penis with teeth from Blood Beach, because it's just a bunch of fucking tentacles, like straight out of Harbinger Down. That's all it is. And then the kills suck because they're all CGI and they look like shit. They look like PlayStation graphics. So yeah, I don't know what else to say. Yeah, the score wasn't much either. The score sounded like it was composed by Albert Band from Full Moon and did not fit in this film. And I'm just glad the film was an hour and 24 minutes. It still felt like it was longer than that. It really did. It felt like it was longer than 84 minutes to me. Cinematography the cinematography by Matt Wise wasn't very wise. Added nothing to the fucking film. But yeah, I don't know what else to say about this movie. You got a shitty script that has unlikable characters that don't even have personality traits that are enjoyable. You have a creature which is boring and just lazy, just a bunch of tentacles. Shitty CGI effects, shitty CGI gore. Which is a total bore. Which is another thing. I mean, I didn't care. It was just shitty. The effects looked fake. So then it just added to the film's boredom to me. And then, other than the opening when two people died, one you didn't see, I guess, died off screen. Another one died to death by shitty CGI. The next one, next death you don't see all the way until an hour and 7 minutes into the movie, and this is only an hour and 24 minutes long. And none of these deaths were worth anything anyway, so it's not like it meant anything. But there was a really long ass period of time where there's nothing that fucking happens. It's slow as a fucking slug. Well, it's being salted and dying. But, yeah, I'd rather stick my head in the fucking sand for an hour and a half. Or get buried in sand than watch this again, than watch the sand. You'd be better off doing it anyway. Bury yourself up just to your neck in sand. And just, instead of watching this shit. But yeah. Don't know what to say about it. It's rated 5 stars. Fuck, it gets a half star, and that's just for Jamie Kennedy. And like, that's it. And the one time I laughed a couple times. The stupid lines of dialogue, like the dumb blonde who's like, "It was the government." But other than that, this movie fucking sucked. So anyway, thank you for watching my rant and review on The Sand, and I will see you guys later. See ya.